Hi guys, welcome back to the Daily Dreamer. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me for a dream. I'm just going to move this camera a bit. As you can see, I have my kitty who wants to hang out with us today. So we're going to... Hi. You want to tell a dream today? I think we're going to go ahead and include Mr. Fritz in this. Come on in, buddy. Buddy. All right, guys. So... I wake up, I'm just going to get started, okay? Because I don't know where I'm at with this one. Anyway, so I wake up, and the dream was an interesting one. I'm in a house that I'm not familiar with, and there is a gentleman who is going through this house. But he seems to be more of an instigator, one who is just condescending, arrogant, sarcastic. He's got all those qualities. As he goes through the house, he doesn't touch anything. There is another lady who is going through the house trying to make her way through the rooms. She is asking for help, of which he just blatantly ignores her. Myself and there were other entities around, and we decided that we would go ahead and help her get through, and that's what we did. So we helped her solve some puzzles, do some cleaning, understand some codes. There were a lot of colors coming through, but they were being blocked by all the dust, if you will. Nonetheless, as we worked to clear and get through each room for her, when we were finally done, we were all kind of just a bit elated at the fact that we were able to take care of it and get her through what she needed to get through. The gentleman that stood around laughing and mocking us and being rude and crass with his movements and whatnot, he decided at that point it was time for him to leave. But he did offer some sort of consolation prize, I suppose. He wanted to help out, it seemed, because then he offered for her he offered a ride. He said his car was out back and that he would take her where she needed to go, now that she did all the hard work of clearing out what needed to get done. So she was going to take him up on his word, it appeared. And so we go outside, we go out front, and he says, no, my car is out back. So then we appear out back, we're just instantly there, and I see his purple car. Interesting, it looked like a jelly bean, but it was a purple car, and it was parked in the driveway. And this driveway was a very steep driveway, and a very narrow driveway. In fact, the driveway itself, I have to see this, was like a very 90-degree angle, okay? And there was a garage right there in that corner. So he was parked up. I don't even know how he got up to make that 90-degree steep turn, but yet his car was there. So anyways, so we get into the car. She chooses not to. She says, no, I'll go on my own way. So she leaves. I jump in the car. I'm smiling. I don't know if my participating self knew what was going to happen or what, but I got in the car and he goes to reverse. And as he reverses, he backs up and he goes to turn and he's almost successful. But he gets caught up. It looks like, or appeared or felt like his tire got caught onto the garage door. And he got stuck. And I sat back and I just started laughing. I couldn't help but laugh. I knew it was going to happen. Apparently I did. And then at that point, I sat back and waited for him to figure out what he was going to do. And so what happens? I don't know. I was whisked at that point back to consciousness. So what do you think that dream meant? Well, I'll tell you what I think it meant for me. When I woke up, I went into a meditative state. And what came up? Karma. Let's go discuss this one, shall we? Maybe I can get Mr. Fritz to lay down for a nap before we discuss it. Karma is the universal law of compensation. It is cause and effect. The concept of karma has been abused and distorted throughout the ages. When people claim this is your karma, it's limited to their narrow perception, their narrow view. Religion itself has even distorted the concept and used it for social control. And we see it in the whole sinner and saint comparison. We see it in the reward structure, if you will, between heaven and hell. That's your karma. If you're going to be good, you're going to go to heaven. If you're going to be bad, you're going to hell. We see it every day. We simplify it. From a bigger picture perspective, though. There is no such good thing as good or bad karma, nor are there any negative or positive experiences. These are just simply dualistic judgments. That's what they are. And it's based on our limited monkey brain perception, if you will. From the level of the divine, there is no judgment or division, only experience. According to the unknown soul lessons each one of us needs to go through and experience, the universe is continuously striving towards harmony. And because of that, there is only balance or imbalance in the light of evolution of consciousness, if you will. It manifests, of course, differently for each one of us, because we each have individual, unique karmic lessons that we need to fulfill. Everything that we have ever set in motion via action, thinking, arrangements, beliefs in this lifetime or in past lifetimes, they're coming back around for us to re-experience. The sixth Hermetic principle sums it up nicely for us. And it states that every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance. Chance is just a name for a law that has not yet been recognized. There are many planes of causation, but absolutely nothing will ever escape law, cosmic law. That is the sixth Hermetic principle. Nothing ever occurs by chance or as a random occurrence. Every single action or effect has an underlying cause, and there are no exceptions to this ever. There is a higher divine order. There is so-called chaos in this world, okay? If you are experiencing chaos in this world, if you are experiencing chaos in your own personal life, these times are based on ignorance of universal laws and our limited brain and perception. See, the bad thing about negative karma is that when it's negative, we get stuck in that cycle of trying to always just get out of it. But we forget that our thoughts get stuck into a cycle where we get so wrapped up in it daily, on a daily routine, that we forget where it even started to come from. Where did that karma come from? Did it come from this lifetime? Did it come from a past lifetime? We don't know, because we're too busy in the mind. Okay, we're not taking 5 minutes to clear ourselves out to figure it out. So now we just play the rat race game. Now we just try to catch up. These causes, they are set up in the invisible, the unseen, the unknown cosmic world to us. And then these agreements, they are put into place into this carnation. They manifest themselves in the visible as the effect. So it's all been put in place, folks. It's experiences that you wanted to experience, but you're forgetting that. And because you're too busy caught up in the wrath of it, in the disharmony of it. You can't get out of your own brain to be able to sit there and figure it out. In other words, the inner relationship between the specific cause and the effect are never truly clear to us. We never really get to see because we're too busy. And we have that limited mental perception. That is why, of course, we are so easily to misperceive or misjudge others. We're so quick to do that. Once again, we think. We don't truly sit and take a moment to get to know them, do we? Who are we to know another person's soul lessons when we don't even know ourselves? How are we supposed to judge other people if we can't even tell who we are? We don't even know our own soul lessons, our own self. We don't know our own unconscious, yet we're so quick to judge others, so quick to, put that view on them, huh? If we cannot see ourselves clearly and we don't know ourselves, then how are we ever supposed to truly know another person? All of our perceptions, of course, are subjective, so, we filter them through our self-centered lens of projections, And we do that until we become more and more objective with ourselves. And how do we do that? Well, we sit. We do deep inner work on our souls. We figure out our own karmic lessons, our own karmic patterns. So before we judge others, let's judge ourselves. We do this because it cleanses. It conditions us. We have wounds that are programmed and that we are trying to deal with, perceptions that are narrowed, that we want to widen. The more that we truly know ourselves, and let's not mistake that one with the lovely Monday through Friday mask that we put on. Because that's not knowing yourself. That's putting a mask on. But the more that we truly know ourselves, the better that we can perceive others, and the clearer that we can also see the world for what it really is. And we all know that this is a continuing process. It's not something that happens overnight, folks. The process of awakening into the evolution of consciousness is a very special process. The word conscious refers to an individual's sense of recognition of something within or without oneself. It comes from the Latin word conscious, knowing, aware. To be awake or awakened to an inner realization of truth. However, of course, understand that it has nothing to do with being intellectual, book smart knowledge. It actually relates to the evolution of consciousness to working or progressing towards a higher state of awareness based on your own karmic soul lessons. That's what that is. It implies that you want to see the world and yourself more and more objectively, to see it for what it is. Enlightenment, or to be fully awake in the truth, is the true meaning of a state when the observer and the observed have become one. That there is no separation between unity. It's the union with the divine. The real purpose of karma is not to use it as a judgment or excuse, but to instill the embodiment of compassion for yourself and for others in the light of personal and collective suffering that we all have to deal with, and we do. Karma states that what you give is given back. Karma states that what you take is taken back. That is the law of karma. It is a type of spiritual debt or credit that we accumulate, and it attracts payback experiences, ones that compensate for the choices that you made in the past. If you have made choices to help others in need, then that's going to bring you obviously positive karma, and perhaps in the future you'll be helped in return. The law of karma is very easy to misunderstand it or misapply, folks. Some people even reject it. They perceive it, karma, to be wrong. For instance, negative karma. They say, well, I'm always having negative karma, and don't talk to me about negative karma. I know all about it. Negative karma is actually there to help you understand what you ignored when you made your negative choice, because we have all done that. And like I said, if you get too wrapped up in it, you forget where it came from, because you're not taking 5 minutes to clear yourself out. The experience of negative karma is not because you deserve it. No, it's merely there to help you learn or remember the lesson in its deepest possible way. That's why you have to take 5 minutes, so that you can sit and clear yourself out, so you can remember where the root of the problem came from. Because if you don't fix the root, it's going to continuously be there. Karma begins and ends with choice. In the case of negative karma, it begins with the choice to violate oneself one way or another, somehow. And it always ends up with the choice to undo and prevent further damage by understanding that the problem that caused it can be fixed with another choice. If there is no choice, there is no karma. The choice is an ongoing total of the little choices that we make each and every single day. So it's like a compound effect. When you gain pleasure from the suffering of others, when you express hate for them because maybe they're different from you, or maybe you're jealous, or whatever the case may be, that's aligning yourself with negative karma. We all know that. You're actually just robbing yourself from you, but, nonetheless, you align yourself with negative karma this way. It's that whole do no harm to others, folks, right? Basically, be a good person. When you gain happiness from the growth of others, when you remember that despite differences that everybody's going to have in their expressions, we are all the same in the fact that we are all part of the Creator. Okay? When you make choices that are best for everybody in the long run, then you're aligning yourself with the positive. You want to see everyone succeed. Every one of us knows the right and wrongs, the good and the bad. We all know this. As humans, we have within us two opposing forces. One of them is calling us towards the higher positive view, and the other one, of course, is pulling us towards the lower negative view. Some days, one is stronger than the other. The more that we align with a force, the stronger it becomes. And so as time goes on, a soul will tend to align itself more strongly with one force, and then the other one grows more and more fainter. This means that at the top of human development, folks, there are people who are either very positive or very negative. The very positive ones, well, they have golden hearts and they have wisdom to effectively serve mankind. We know this. We've been touched by many people in our lives. We love those people. And we know that the negative, darkened hearts out there, we also know that they're there to manipulate as well. They love preying on our intelligence, don't they? Well, we want to stay away from those folks. Upon reaching a certain pure, positive nature or negative, it seems like these people, these enlightened people, they grow beyond becoming human. They grow beyond being human. And they suddenly become more angelic or more demonic. Am I right? The evil people have just become true evil. The ones that are touched our lives, touched by an angel. I mean, we certainly see them supersede our expectations, and they grow to become something more of a positive, angel, if you will. Each one of us, though, gotta let you know, we all have the potential to do this. We have the potential to become those angels, that enlightened human being, if you will, depending on which force that we continuously choose to act upon. Because remember, you can also become more demonic. So which choice are you going to make today? Are you going to continue to go down that negative path? Are you going to continue to make those negative choices? Try something different. Try a different choice. One that's going to make you smile. One that's more geared towards the positive. What is it going to be for you today, folks? Are you wanting to finally see some good karma come your way? Then just take 5 minutes and dispel those negative thoughts away for you today. Align yourself with thoughts that are going to make you smile, make you happy. Karma is just waiting for your vibration to join it in its higher frequency. So folks, until next dream, many blessings to you. Thanks.